And basically what I want to cover in this video is 3 symptoms that I was experiencing before going on the fruit diet. So number 1, severe backache, or lower back, kidney ache basically. We all know where his kidneys are. It doesn't take a genius to have to point out to you. Headaches. It got to the point where I had severe headaches every single day. It was very rare to not experience a headache. Fatigue, chronic fatigue like you wouldn't even believe. We've all felt tired, we've all felt run down, we've all, not had very good sleep and all that sort of stuff. But when I mean chronic fatigue, I mean chronic fatigue as in 12 hours sleep, still weren't enough. Woke up feeling about the same, if not sometimes worse, when I woke up in the morning. All my symptoms, which I will cover in another video because there is a long list of symptoms, seemingly random also, but I'll touch upon that at a later date. Tremors, or the shakes, constantly, whether I was hungry or not, made no difference. So before my lifestyle change to the fruitarian diet, the tremors just became severe. I know that other people were starting to become aware of it, and this really made me feel, God knows why, but shame. Like it was something that I was doing, like, obviously if they didn't know me, they probably would have thought, we all know that people who are alcohol dependent have tremors. And to cut a long story short, my ex-husband, who lives up the road from me, to cut a long story short, is a malignant narcissist, and that's my opinion. He's not been diagnosed, but he's basically admitted to thinking that he also believes to be a malignant narcissist. So that being said, let's quickly get back on track. So he turned my family against me, my daughter also. There's a thing called a smear campaign where, these negative people, for want of a better word, attack your character, slag it off behind your back. Like I say, it's a smear campaign. That's what it's generally known as. And so I had a past with substance abuse for many reasons. That's another story again. So that being said, my ex loved to shout about my business in the street whilst my daughter was with him in his care. He also used to say things at the school where my daughter used to go to, loud enough for people to hear, all the parents waiting in the playground, parents' evening. He was always quick to make comments about either myself or if I'd got a partner at the time, to be a comment, really, sort of digging at them. He wanted it to be a well-known fact that, you know, it was me that was the problem and not him. If you've got any experience with narcissistic abuse, which I have, please comment. Give your story if you would like, or ask questions. I'll do my best to answer them, because there's a lot of things I've experienced, you know, in these last, say, 15 years, just for, you know, quick roundup of years, length of time, whatever. And so, yes, going back to the tremors, given what he'd told everybody and anybody about my lifestyle, I'd just like to put, you know, in brackets, pot calling kettle black. Why? Because he's an alcoholic. He's drunk and drove. He's drunk and drove with my daughter. He's scored drugs with my daughter. He's told my daughter where he keeps drugs. If it wasn't for him, and yes, I smoke a little bit of cannabis, whoopee-doo. You'll never see or hear me being antisocial, incoherent, or acting totally off my face anytime, let alone when my daughter's present. So that being said, living in this small village where I do, people seem to think, in inverted commas, capital letters, think they know shit about me and my life and what I've done or not done, but they don't know. But still, that shit affects you on a very real level. It's very damaging. It's socially destructive, emotionally, physically. And I believe that is what probably triggered my autoimmune. Even though when I was pregnant with my daughter, I wasn't told this, but there were, you know, several situations and health problems that probably pointed to lupus, systemic lupus, just, you know, in case you was wondering. So anyway, a slight diversion, you know, I tend to waffle on a bit, but there's the 3 symptoms just for now. So, you know, acute backache, kidney ache, headaches, regular. Like I say, this is something I never used to suffer from at all. My thing, when I was a little girl growing up, I had like really bad colicky tummy aches that it used to be like in a wave. You know, I can remember the teachers saying to me, oh, don't scrunch yourself up, straighten yourself out, that'll make you feel worse doing that. But I used to say to him, this is the only way that the pain will go. And I didn't know at the time, but I believe it was dairy products. I always used to drink full fat milk at school, guzzle it down, you know. That was, you know, many years ago. Since then, I've cut out all dairy. I have coconut milk. I've cut out most, if not all, animal products. That's, you know, eggs, meat, fish, things like that. So I also eat very, very minimal. It's very rare that I even have a slice of wholemeal bread. So, you know, I would say, just for the sake of arguing, I'm 80% totally fruitarian based diet. So give or take the odd meal at my dad and stepmom's house. I go there every Monday with my daughter. But that being said, a lot of the time I refuse, and I love a Sunday dinner. You know, the amount of self-control that actually I've realised that I do have is amazing, to say the least. You know, to sit there with a fruit smoothie while everybody else has got Yorkshire puddings, homemade Yorkshire puddings, mashed potato, carrots, chicken, which is my favourite meat. Well, let's just say that a lot of people out there who've got an opinion of me tend to believe I'm quite weak-minded. I can be easily manipulated or influenced or whatever they want to say. I beg to differ. Might be a people pleaser, but that's because, like I say, this is another story, but I've endured very strict parenting mixed with an unavailable mother. She never interacted with me. Both parents never interacted with me. They never played games with me. They never did puzzles with me. In fact, my mum didn't even teach me a great deal, if I'm honest. I know I'm slightly diverting, but I can remember asking her about growing up and puberty. She didn't even give me eye contact. She didn't really acknowledge me. And now I know this can be an embarrassing topic. I've got a little girl myself. Well, not so little anymore. But at the end of the day, the point is, if you aren't teaching your kids, someone else will. And then, if that happens, you can't be there blaming the child. That's akin to, you know, these teachers. But that by definition, if your child is having problems picking up what they're trying to get over and teach to your child, whose actual fault is it? Well, the teacher by definition should be the one that excels in that they are meant to be doing with our children, are they not? And so anyway, your primary caregivers, i.e. your parents or guardians, are supposed to teach you about the fundamentals and basics of life. So that being said, thank you for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel if you think my content would help somebody or helps you. You know, I'm open to suggestions. Please suggest videos, content that you would like me to cover, ask questions, anything like that. Yes, I'm very open-minded to all of that. So, thanks again for your time, and I shall see you soon. Bye for now, and take care.